Hi, I'm Frank, welcome to my channel, and today I will do a fried rice comparison video. As I mentioned from my last video, there's a link down in the description. If you haven't watched it, you can go watch my last video. If you look up fried rice recipe on the internet, there's a ton of video or recipe that tell you how to make a fried rice. Some of them will tell you use a fast cooked rice, and some will tell you use leftover rice stored from the refrigerator. And today I will use the same type of rice but 3 different temperatures. So they were the same type of rice and cooked same way. It's just one is fresh cooked and one is fresh cooked in room temperature, and one was leftover from yesterday and I stored in the refrigerator. I will use the same ingredient and cook them in the same way so we can compare them if there's a real difference. If there's yes, and which one is better. Okay, here's the ingredient for tonight. So as you see, I have 3 bowl of rice here. A is the leftover rice. I take it out from the refrigerator. That means they're cold. And this is the fresh cooked rice, and then but they were in room temperature. C is a fresh cooked rice and they were hot. So they were basically almost the same amount. Let's move this aside. What I'm using today for the ingredient is basically 3 eggs, 1 for each, and then some green scallions. And so I want to keep it simple so we can have a real comparison of the rice. We want to focus on the rice. And for seasoning, we only use white pepper and then soy sauce, and that's all I'm using today. Since I'm cooking them the same way, so I only show you once how I cook them, and then we do the comparison. And what we have to do is basically crack the egg. Just beat the egg a little bit. And the cook time of each of them, the cold one gonna take longer because it is cold. And then the room temperature should be like normal. And then the hot one gonna the fast. So let's cook the cold first. Okay, now we're gonna cook the egg first. We're gonna cook the egg separately and then add it on to the fried rice later. So some oil. So just the oil is hot, the pan is hot, so just pour the egg in. Just mix it up. And the egg is ready. So basically, that amount, we only have a little bit of rice, right? So it's around a tablespoon of soy sauce and then some white pepper, and that's all we need. Now we can put the rice in, let the oil get hot. You want to break the rice. Like this. For room temperature, the rice is sticky together. And they were so sticky. Because it's room temperature, so you don't have to cook it that long. Give it around 40 seconds to a minute or so. Hold the heat and we can start seasoning. Put down some green scan, white pepper, then a little bit of soy sauce. I set it around put the egg back. And there we go. We have it. This one takes less time for compared to the cold one. This one takes around 2 minutes or so. The cold one probably around 3 minutes, because we don't have a lot of rice here. Okay, so here's all the rice we finished cooking. This one's A, B, C, and that's leftover rice from last night, and take it out from the refrigerator. This is room temperature, and this is fresh cooked and hot. In terms of cooking time, this one takes the longest as expected, around 3 to 4 minutes, and this is around 2 minutes, and this is really under 2 minutes. And let's taste it. Too much talking. This one is good. Texture-wise, the rice is a lot of tenderness, but they're not sticky. And this one, you can definitely feel the difference from level from A to B. B is a lot, compared to the texture, this beef is a lot stickier compared to A. In terms of tasting, they were pretty much the same, but beef is more stickier. And now we're doing C. Let's try B again, because the difference from B and C, there's not much of a difference. Maybe a little bit, but and A again. Okay, so the difference between A and B is more stickier, and then and A is more tender, the rice itself, and you can kind of tell they were separate one by one rice, and B was more stickier. And the difference from B to C was only a minor, very, very little. This one get more stickier than B, but is that really a huge difference from A to B? No, it's not really. It's just only a very, very minor difference. So in terms of tasting, A tastes the best, because when you were kind of cooking it with a hot pan, when you're toasting it, the rice, and a Cantonese we call it wok hei. It's kind of flavor that created when a hot pan match certain ingredient in the food, and then you keep toasting it, and it create a kind of flavor that we call in Cantonese called wok hei. So this one have a little bit taste of that, and this two I don't taste that. And it really comes down to texture and what you prefer and texture wise. For me personally, I would prefer A, but if you give any given day, if you're giving me B and C, I would still say it's a good fried rice. It's not bad compared to A. I think more it's like a preference, or like somebody like like myself, when I'm cooking rice, I tend to put a little bit more water than it should be, so the rice get a little bit softer and a little bit more stickier. So, but in terms of fried rice, I like it a little bit firmer and not as sticky as the steamed rice. My pick is going to come down to A, and B and C were kind of tight. But even my favorite is A, doesn't mean that B and C is bad. So the conclusion is, for only my point of view, is A is the best, and B and C were the same. And you can try it at home, and then to see what you like more and what you prefer, the texture of A, B, C, which one you prefer more. If you want more fried rice topic, you can leave a comment in my comment section. I'll try to do more. And please subscribe for more future video, and I will see you next time. Bye.